All right, back with you at San Diego Sports Leader, the Mighty 1090, Darren Smith. It is time for our weekly chat with the AHC, the HCIW. He is Brian Dutcher, good enough for a few minutes here this Tuesday afternoon. Hello, Dutch.
Hey, Darren, how are you?
Doing well, thank you. Back safe and sound in San Diego. Looking forward to another exciting week of San Diego State Aztec basketball.
I'll tell you, it's going down to the wire. We got 2 games left. We got to probably win them both to get a piece of the title.
Well, okay, we're going to get into all of that here over the next couple of minutes or so. But, Dutch, it's been a while here, 56-46. It's a good thing that you guys have probably forgotten what it felt like to walk off your home court on the losing end of a game. But, man, on Saturday night, well, for you guys, I didn't see that coming. And I know from coaches, you guys are always paranoid. You're always thinking about every possible outcome. But that was a tough one, I'm sure, to walk off the court on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, it was hard. We want to hold serve at the home court. We wanted to get a piece of the title in the game, but it didn't work out that way, Darren. And, again, we've struggled to score the ball against Boise. We had 46 points at Boise. We had 46 against them at home. And that kind of offensive production is probably not going to win a game. Our defense was great. We held them to, I believe it was 56, and gave them some points late at the foul line where we had a foul. But a great defensive performance was overshadowed by subpar offensive performance.
What is it about them that's such a difficult matchup? It's not every year we see you guys get swept in conference play.
You know, they're just really, really a hot team. They've run 11 out of 12 games. They're a good team, obviously. They stretch the floor. Their center and their power forward are both their best three-point shooters, so they spread you out, and when they spread you out, it opens up dribble drive, and they were able to get past us on dribble drive and draw fouls late. And again, we just, when we did finally relinquish the lead, I thought we fell in love with the three a little bit, the quick three. Mm-hmm. And we haven't been in that position a lot where we're fighting back in the last minute or so. And I thought our kids, you know, it wasn't selfishness. It was not making the right play. It was trying to make a play to help us win, but in trying to do it too quick, it probably didn't serve us very well.
We're talking to Brian Dutcher, the AHC, the HCIW. 56-46 was the score this previous Saturday night. San Diego State will travel. They will play on the road at UNLV. Then they'll wrap it up at home against Nevada coming up on Saturday. There's been a lot of talk about down the stretch here, final 10 minutes of the game, J.J. O'Brien's involvement. And I just wonder your thoughts here now that you've had some time to go back and look at the tape. Is this a situation where you need to get J.J. O'Brien more touches, more shots? How about just J.J. here down the stretch for you guys?
You know, I think up until maybe the last 3 minutes, we went to him quite a bit in the low post, and he made some really good plays. They did a good job taking his isolation play at the elbow area away, the high post area. But then I think in the last 3 minutes, instead of maybe getting them to touch in the block that we thought was important, we took the quick three. Mm-hmm. And like I said, probably a little bit of responsibility falls on us, a little bit on the kids, and we just didn't perform with the game on the line. And I think sometimes you're down by 4 and it feels like it's 8, and our kids wanted to get the quick three, and you know, instead of saying we're at home, we're going to still fight, and try to get the tough 2, get inside and get it to JJ. You know, maybe we could have got it to him in that last 3 minutes a little bit more than what we did.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really in the habit, Dutch, of calling out kids, you know, especially freshmen here. And this has been a long-standing policy for like the last 10 years on this show. But, yeah, I'm pretty sure, you know, we're talking about a couple shots here that I could point out from somebody like Trey Kell or somebody like Pope. And the reason I even bring their names up is because they are young, because they are freshmen. And I wonder if you think is this a teaching moment for you guys here that you can explain to them? Maybe that's not exactly what it is we're looking for.
You know, it's freshmen playing their first really, really tight game at home, and obviously we'd like to get some better opportunities, but in the same context, you're saying it's nice to have a freshman that's willing to play aggressive with the game on the line. Now it's up to us to kind of teach to that moment, say, hey, here's a good play, here was a questionable play, and that's with every player, not just the freshman. And Darren, I think it probably hurt us a little bit more than we thought, even though he didn't have a typical AQ Akil Quinn game, is to have him fouled out down the stretch. You know, he's been playing our point guard, and not have a fifth-year senior at the point down the stretch may have cost us.
All right, we're talking to Brian Dutcher. So that's Saturday night. And, you know, and the reason I'm even harping on Saturday is because, you know, it was such an unexpected turn of events, not only because you guys had won 29 straight, Because literally, it looks like you're about 9 minutes or so away from clinching the Mountain West Conference title. So that's Saturday. I wonder since then, Dutch, and yeah, you still have a chance to be co-champs, as you know. You can hang a banner, but I wonder how you think your team will respond, because it's not just you've been so good coming off a loss, but this feels like it was just a little bit more than a regular loss.
I definitely heard, Darren. To lose a home game, we haven't done that in 440 some days. So it was tough for any of us to take. But as coaches, it's our job to keep the kids believing in themselves, believing that the best basketball is yet to come, which is March basketball. We have to find a way to play our best basketball in March. That includes the last two games going into the conference tournament, and then hopefully play ourselves as coaches more comfortably in the NCAA tournament. I think everybody you look has got us in there now, but we know we're just looking at the next game, win the next game, and that will take care of itself. So we're trying to keep the kids positive, keep them believing that we have a really good team and that we have to make a few corrections. We always have to get better. You're never the same. You're either getting better or you're getting worse, and we have to keep the thing moving in a direction where we learn from our mistakes and we play our best basketball here down the stretch.
I think Coach Fisher had the best line and said it better than I ever could, where he says, our goal now as the coaches, and I'm sure you just kind of alluded to this, is you got to make sure that Boise State doesn't beat you twice, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that we put that in the rearview mirror. And, we talked to it. There were moments we showed film and we looked at all the shots we took in the second half, and really we were playing really well until that 9-minute stretch hit,
right.
9 minutes go in the game, and then still we had some really good looks. But I would say the last 3 minutes is where we kind of, when we finally got behind 4 or 6 points, where we kind of hit a little bit of the panic button offensively instead of staying steady down the stretch and trying to say we're going to, plug away 2 at a time. We tried to shoot too many threes down the stretch.
All right, we're talking to Brian Dutcher. San Diego State's on the road tomorrow night. They're going to be playing 8 o'clock against UNLV at UNLV. This has not been a great season for the Runnin' Rebs. They are 7th in league play. They are 7-9, 16-13 overall. What are you expecting tomorrow night?
The Rebels are better than the record. That's easy to say because they're so young, but they've lost a lot of close games. But I thought they played real well in their last game against Wyoming at home. They have 2 very good shot blockers, which is going to be a bit of an issue for us going inside. They run like crazy off a block shot or a turnover, and they seem like they're shooting the ball really well right now, the 3 ball. And the games we've struggled in is when the teams have really shot well from 3, and we want to make sure that we get back, we contest those threes, and we don't let the Rebels beat us from the 3-point line.
It's an interesting. What do you expect in terms of their crowd, their home court advantage?
I think it's because the Aztecs travel so well that they'll have a great crowd because they're playing SDSU. It seems like everywhere we go, teams have their best attendance day of the year when we're in there. And so I wouldn't expect any different. I think even though the Rebels have struggled, I think it's because it's more of a rivalry game for both schools that they'll have a really good crowd in there, and it's going to be raucous.
Dwayne Poley was obviously activated for San Jose State and was not available to play against Boise State. A 2-part question here, Dutch. Number 1, do you think Poley not being available on Saturday night had any effect on your team? And the second part of the question, is there anything to update about his status potentially for tomorrow night?
I think we would always like to have Dwayne on the floor if we had the opportunity, and whether it hurt us against Boise or not, that will never be answered because he wasn't available. But moving forward, we're still waiting for clearance to make sure that we've got the meds correct and that he can play risk-free, and we'll let the doctors and the trainers and the people up on campus make that determination. He did practice yesterday. And was monitored, and hopefully he will get the clearance, but we won't know that for another day.
Did he practice in the lead up to the Boise State game?
No, he didn't practice leading into Boise.
Okay, so then you're practicing with him, but you couldn't quite clear him, and he'll be cleared, we would think, or if he's going to be cleared, it would be sometime tomorrow.
Yeah, he practiced yesterday under supervision, and so that gives them a better baseline of where he's at, and now they'll make the determination if they feel they've got the Mets corrected and everything in the right direction, and then we'll know. But until that point, as coaches, we're planning as if he's not available. If we get the good news that he is, then we'll make the adjustments. But right now, it's in someone else's hands.
Dutch, my final question would just be because we talk to you once a week here, so you'll play at UNLV, then you'll wrap it up at home against Nevada on Saturday, and traditionally, final home game of the season is senior night, and you have a handful of seniors on your club. Akil Quinn comes to mind, Dwayne Polee, who we were just talking about. What is this group of seniors? J.J. O'Brien. Gosh, I don't want to leave him out of the mix. But what have your seniors meant to you guys, not only this season but also to your program?
I mean, they've been instrumental in what we've done in growing San Diego State basketball, not only here in San Diego, but the state of California and the country. And there was a time when you'd say those names and people across the country wouldn't know who you were talking about. But you bring those names up now and people say, oh, yeah, those guys start and play for San Diego State University. So they've helped us with the brand of the program. They've helped us win basketball games. They've represented the university as outstanding young men. They're all going to walk out of here with their degrees. And they're going to have bright futures, whether it's in basketball or the world. They're going to continue to represent our program and this university in a way that we would all be proud of.
Are you in game mode when those festivities are going on? Or you just got your game face on and you're able to enjoy senior night?
I enjoy senior night. I get a little emotional myself when I see those guys walk out for the last time, because we spent a lot of time together over the last 4 years, and it's just to see them where they were and where they are now, and it all goes by in the blink of an eye. It's when you first step in as a freshman, you think, oh my goodness, this is going to take forever to get done and get my degree, and all of a sudden you step on the floor for the last time and you say, where did the time all go? It went so fast. And so it has gone fast, but yet it's going to be emotional for all of us, the players, their parents, the coaches, and we have to put that emotion behind us when they throw the ball up and play some good basketball against Nevada in their final game on the VA Arena floor.
Well, Dutch, should be an interesting week. What happened Saturday happened Saturday. Let's see how let's see how you guys perform out there tomorrow night against UNLV, and then we'll see you at home against Nevada. Thank you as always for the time.
Thanks, Darren.